Alright, let's start by understanding what a landslide actually is. Mud, rocks, and a whole lot of moving. So, have you ever built a tower out of sand or mud at the beach? If you add a bit too much water, what happens? Whoosh! The whole thing can slide down into a big, gloopy mess. A landslide is a bit like that, but on a much, much bigger scale. It happens when a large amount of rock, dirt, mud, and other bits of the ground, called debris, suddenly slides down a hill or a mountain. It's like a part of the land has decided to go for a very fast and messy trip downhill. These events are a powerful force of nature, moving everything in their path, from small stones to giant boulders and even entire trees. Landslides can be triggered by a few different things. Often, heavy rain is the main culprit. When the ground gets soaked with too much water, it becomes heavy and unstable, like a wet sponge that can't hold any more liquid. Earthquakes can also cause landslides by shaking the ground so much that parts of a hillside break loose and start to fall. Even things that people do, like cutting down too many trees on a slope or building roads in unsafe places, can make a landslide more likely to happen. Understanding what makes the ground move helps us know when we need to be extra careful and prepared. It's important to know that landslides can move at different speeds. Some are very slow, creeping down a hill over many days or weeks. You might notice things like tilted trees, cracks in the ground, or fences that are suddenly leaning over. Other landslides are incredibly fast and dangerous, moving quicker than you can run. These fast-moving slides are often called debris flows or mud flows, and they sound like a rumbling freight train as they rush down a valley. Knowing the signs and sounds can give you a crucial warning that something is wrong and it's time to get to a safer place. So, a landslide is basically the earth on the move, and it's something we need to respect and be prepared for, especially if we live in hilly or mountainous areas. They can be big or small, slow or fast, but the most important thing is knowing how to stay safe. Just like we learn what to do in a fire drill at school, learning about landslides helps us know exactly what actions to take to protect ourselves and our families. It's all about being aware of our surroundings and having a good plan, just in case the ground decides to go on an adventure. Being prepared for a landslide is like having a secret superpower. It means you know what to do before anything even happens, which is the best way to stay safe. The first step is to learn about the area where you live. Is it hilly? Are there steep slopes nearby? You can ask a grown-up or even look at maps to see if your home is in a landslide risk zone. Knowing your risk is like knowing whether you need to pack an umbrella for a rainy day. It just helps you get ready. Paying attention to warning signs is also key, like if you see new cracks appearing on walls or on the ground outside. Another super important part of being prepared is having a go bag or an emergency kit ready. Imagine you had to leave your house very quickly. What would you need? Your go bag should have things like a torch with extra batteries, a first aid kit, some bottled water, and non-perishable snacks like granola bars. It's also a great idea to have a whistle to make a loud noise if you need help, and a copy of important family phone numbers. Keep this bag somewhere you can grab it in a hurry, like near the front door or in your bedroom. Now, let's talk about what to do around your house. If you live on or near a hill, it's a good idea to know the safest routes to get away from it. Where is the highest ground you can get to quickly? It's also smart to know where the water, gas, and electricity shutoffs are in your home. A grown-up should be the one to turn these off, but knowing where they are can be very helpful in an emergency. For example, a good choice is to plant trees and bushes on slopes, as their roots help hold the soil together. A bad choice would be to ignore a leaning retaining wall or a new crack in the driveway. Finally, the best superpower of all is communication. Talk with your family and make a plan together. Where will you all meet if you get separated? Maybe it's at a neighbor's house on higher ground, or at the local community center. You should have a contact person who lives far away that everyone in the family can call to say they are safe. Practicing your plan, just like a fire drill, makes sure everyone knows exactly what to do without having to panic. Being prepared isn't about being scared, it's about being confident and in control. So, if you are inside a building when you hear the rumbling sound of a landslide, or if you feel the ground begin to shake and move, you need to act fast. The safest thing you can do is move away from the side of the house that is facing the landslide. Try to get to a part of the building that is furthest from the approaching slide. Find a strong piece of furniture, like a sturdy table or a desk, and get underneath it. This is called the drop, cover, and hold on method, just like in an earthquake. You should curl into a ball, cover your head and neck with your arms, and hold on tight. Now, if you happen to be outside when a landslide starts, do not try to outrun it, especially if it's a fast-moving one. Your main goal should be to get to higher ground as quickly and safely as possible. Look for the nearest hill or sturdy building that is out of the landslide's path and run towards it. Stay away from riverbanks and low-lying areas, as these are the places where mud and debris will flow. For example, a good choice is to scramble up the side of the valley. A very bad choice would be to run downhill along a stream, as that is the direct path the landslide will likely take. Sometimes you might be in a car when a landslide occurs on the road ahead or behind you. It is very important not to try and drive through the moving debris. The force of a landslide can easily sweep a car away. If you can, turn around and drive back to a safe location. If you are trapped, stay in your car with your seatbelt on. The car can offer some protection from smaller rocks and debris. Turn on your hazard lights to make yourself more visible to rescuers and use your horn to signal for help. It's better to stay put and wait for the main danger to pass than to risk getting caught in the flow. The most important thing to remember during a landslide is to stay as calm as you can and protect your head. The noise can be very scary, like a loud roaring train, and things will be moving fast. But panicking can make it harder to think clearly. Focus on getting under something strong or moving to a higher, safer spot. If you get caught in the flow of the slide, try to curl into a tight ball to protect your vital organs and keep your head safe. These moments are frightening, but your quick, smart actions can make all the difference in staying safe. Once the rumbling stops and the ground is still, it doesn't mean the danger is completely over. It's very important to stay where you are until you are sure it is safe to move. There could be a second landslide, so you need to listen carefully and watch for any new signs of movement. If you are inside and trapped, try to make noise so rescuers can find you. You can shout, bang on a pipe or a wall, or use the whistle from your emergency kit. Saving your energy is important, so try to make noise in short, loud bursts rather than shouting constantly. When you are sure the immediate danger has passed, you should move cautiously to a safer location. Stay away from the slide area, as the ground will be unstable. Also, be very careful of downed power lines, never touch them, and broken water or gas lines. If you smell gas or see signs of a broken utility line, tell a grown-up immediately and move away from the area. Listen to the radio or check for alerts on a phone if you can, as emergency officials will provide instructions on what to do and where to go for help. Following their advice is the safest thing to do. Checking on others is a kind and helpful thing to do, but only if you are not putting yourself in danger. If you see someone who is hurt, do not move them unless they are in immediate danger of further injury. Instead, try to get help from emergency responders like firefighters or paramedics. Tell them where the injured person is and what you observed. A good choice is to comfort someone who is scared while you wait for help. A bad choice would be to go exploring the landslide debris, as it is very unstable and could have hidden dangers underneath. Now is the time to put your family safety plan into action. Try to contact your family members and your out-of-town contact person to let them know you are safe. If you had to leave your home, go to your pre-arranged meeting spot. Recovering from a landslide takes time. It's okay to feel sad, scared, or confused. Talking about your feelings with your family, friends, and trusted grown-ups is really important. By staying calm, following safety rules, and helping each other, we can get through tough situations together and start to rebuild.